And we're back. Hello, everyone. I'm here with Yuyo, the
So,
best Reinhardt player, probably in Vermont.
other than the one we lost to, sad.
Other than well, I said in Vermont, not
Oh yeah, that's
Troy, New
true.
York, wherever that is.
It's
Um,
like by Clifton Park. It's like by Albany.
it it looks like it looks like a bunch of other New York towns. So,
Yeah.
uh, but we're here watching Overwatch Baja, and we're just now seeing the setup here. But while we have Yuyo Mark here, we did want to ask a few questions about the game, and I was getting a little bit of insight beforehand. So one of the things that we did mention a lot during those games was the ult usages, and you were going into that before. So I want to know how you guys kind of manage that.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's a lot to think about. Typically, when we're going into a fight, like our first thing we think about is what ults did they just use? We call those, and then what ults do they have? We call those, and then it's just about planning with our ults, what we want to use first, where we want to use it, and then additionally, once you, especially in Brawl Mirror, like you have to plan for once we use this ult, what are they coming back with, and then based off that, what are we doing after that? You plan like as many steps ahead as you can, so
Mhm.
that when the fight happens, everyone's on the same page.
Yeah. One thing I noticed was just like momentum
Mhm.
in the games. When did you feel like you guys had the most momentum?
I'd say momentum is a tough thing. I think most of the maps, honestly, were pretty back and forth, but I definitely think coming out of that like win on Kings,
Hmm.
going into Servasa, like we were pretty
Hmm.
confident in that Ryan v Ryan comp. Like
Yeah.
even though it went like we lost first point, we won one back,
Hmm.
lost second, won one back, and then it was 2-2 and we won. So like
Hmm.
you can't say there was a ton of momentum, but there was definitely enough to like kind of like keep us going through
Yeah.
that.
I noticed just like from the way you guys were playing it, the momentum and the morale was there.
Hmm.
You didn't really like lose that even if a point was lost. You still played it like it was first point.
Yeah, I'd say overall our like mental, like everything that we did today like in the game was just fight by fight,
Hmm.
regardless of the map, regardless of the score,
Hmm.
was just what they used, what they have,
Hmm.
plan, go, and we just try to take it fight by fight so that every fight is as
Hmm.
like similar as possible.
I do want to know like what were comms like, because I know certain moments like target tracking was just really good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I forget, I had an old coach who used to say it, but like you want to be able to get through comms fastly, and he would
Mm.
say or quickly, and he would say like smooth is or like you go slow is smooth and then smooth is fast, or I forget the
Mhm.
exact saying, but it's like you do things very methodically and very slowly, and
Mhm.
as you do that, like you realize that you are doing it quickly. So that's like the main goal in our comms, and how most of our comms were was like try not to panic, just figure out what we have, what we want to use,
Mhm.
etc.
Yeah. Um just thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
That gives us a lot of insight into these games, because we do see Baja using pretty much the same comp, just minus just maybe substituting an Ilari at
Mm-hmm.
points. Um, and we do have Monotone here on tank today. Um,
Possibly. Right now, the rosters I'm
Possibly.
seeing in that lobby are all over the place because Captain is a coach
Mhm.
and he's currently on
Yeah.
he's currently in the lobby as a
Interesting.
player. So I'm guessing that the enemy team just hasn't swapped those in and around yet.
Uh-huh.
If we're starting on Koth, I'd probably expect to see Zul's, Bobo,
Hmm.
XXL, Knee, Dusk, and Trico Ralts is sometimes what they'll run out on Koth, depending on the
Hmm.
map. There's also a chance that Japeth could be in for Trico Ralts,
Yeah.
depending.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. We do see the swap in with Zul's. Okay. So it looks like we got Zul's knee, Bobo, Trigo Routes, Dusk.
Dusk, yeah. Yeah, I mean, exciting lineup. This is like their standard like
Hmm.
Bastion Brawl lineup, and I'm pretty sure they'll be starting on Koth, so
Hmm.
we'll kind of figure out what they're looking to pick here in terms of maps. But yeah, excited to see what Baja rolls out with here.
Hmm.
I'm expecting like just like we play it, a lot of Bastions. But you start
Hmm.
with your Rhine, you look for you find your corner, and then you just look to push past with Form and Wall. So just watching those, making sure they
Hmm.
catch the other team either on rotation or on the corner that you want to fight on, and figuring it out.
Hmm. We're seeing a lot of chatting so far.
Yeah.
Um, Not even sure what our first map is gonna gonna look like. It looks like we've defaulted on New Junk City, but I
I
don't
believe they're going to Koth. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd love to see Busan just because Blue just played Busan. I'm kind
Yeah.
of curious how the teams stack up on that like same map, but we'll have to see.
Yeah.
So how was your day, Jonah?
My day, pretty good. I had an exam
Mhm.
for advanced environmental science. I
Nice.
think I did pretty good on it. Also, throwing it out there, environmental major, super fun. And if you're a gamer while in that major, your major is literally touching grass. So whenever you play video games and someone tells you to touch grass, you do it. It's literally your major. It is the best thing ever. And how was your day?
My day was pretty good. I had design and comm today. Standard graphic design student class. I made an icon of a pineapple.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And now I'm printing the pineapple out on paper and crumpling it and then scanning it in again because we love abstraction.
Exactly.
Manipulation, even.
And
It
I
looks
know
like we are. We
to
just
New
can't
Junk
be on the
City.
right map because I've seen
No one
I've
plays
seen
New
the
Junk
team
City.
load into Flashpoint, and that's not where you start. They are now pausing. The match chat is going crazy. Oh, we're going back to
Yeah.
lobby. Maybe we're seeing a bit of ant
Antarctic
pen.
Peninsula?
Could be some ant pen.
We've seen good plays on Ant Pen here.
And I know Baja would love to see some ant pen. That's just very, very easy.
Lijiang Tower.
Ooh, little swappage.
So
There's been an offer for a Doom mirror.
I would love to see it.
Someone put monotone in now. And we are heading into Lijiang Tower. Let's see how teams are stacking up. They are. The spectator is denying. Monotone in spectate chat is denying the Doom mirror.
It's gotta be him. It's gotta be him.
He needs to be the one to do it. It could be
mirror.
no one else.
Don't listen to your coach. I'm gonna cry. No. See, Monotone really wants it. Maybe next map.
Maybe next map. There's
Maybe
always
next
a next map. Looks like we are seeing some different Bastion comps. I'm so worried. I don't want Mason to roll out on Lifeweaver. It's not the move.
What do you think? What do you
They
think
just
you
need
should go to?
Lucio.
We do see a lot. One thing I've noticed
Good,
about Baja is like we do see the brawl comp with like one removed. A lot of the time we do see like one.
And we are heading into map.
Two brawl comp. But we got Yoichi on Sojourn.
Yeah, I was looking to get in the first person here. I mean, Bobo getting the form off early. They have a good wall split, and 2 picks immediately coming through. That's just the Baja classic.
Yeah.
You get that wall split, you get the Bastion into form, and you just roll through the other team.
Great kills.
Ooh, Nate picking up 3 in the fight there. Love to see that for Baja. Great start. And honestly, at this point, you know that like, if I'm thinking comms right now, I know we're getting window faster.
Yeah.
I know that they have no ults. Now we're just holding close, building our window, and looking for the same split. No. Looks like they're rotating in top right, actually. I don't believe I know the name of the other college.
I don't either. I don't believe that was shared.
Pins traded out by Rhines. No lamp from the enemy team. They do have lamp advantage, but Will chooses to lamp backwards. Looks like they're just going to stabilize here. Minute to go in. They are going to lose point pressure, though, so possibly rotating the point, looking for a form window main. There it is. Window out from Baja. Knee is looking for a split from the left as Ian picks up 1. Brian charging into the fight. Walls out. Nades out. Will Ian look for his Bastion here? I don't think they needed to clean up the fight. Looking to trade onto their Bastion. Lamp down. Unfortunately, they do lose Mason into this fight. Ian, though, picking up another one. Gets a nade onto the Sojourn, and I believe they should just be clearing this one off here for Baja.
Yeah.
Oh, Shatter coming back in from the opponents here, as I believe Baja will be able to stabilize. I'm not sure I love the Shatter there when they're down a couple, but, you know,
I think that
sometimes
was
you go for a play. A little quick reset. We're looking at Bastion coming online for Baja here. The enemy team window. They do need to poop off the map from Zulz, my goat.
She went flying.
You know, I'd love to see a Bastion from Ian here push into their spawn with the Shatter. That would be crazy.
I think it would keep that pressure on.
You do need to care rail and window from the enemy team, but maybe Bastion maybe just looking to force form or to force a little bit of to force slam or looking to force a little bit of the Rhine shield out here. I'm not sure you can find really a pick with Bastion this early. They get it out, they save themselves a little bit of time. They have to care window on the way back in here though from the enemy team. Zool's looking for a shatter.
Yeah.
Low shield though, has to care their enemy Rhine. Big shatter in from Zool.
Nice.
Ian
Big
on the
slam.
side getting another kill, picking up 2. You just love to see it. As a fellow main tank, you love to see when the shatter just knocks them all on the ground. Start typing in chat. Tell them you're better. Tell them you're better. I just see more alpha plays out of our Ryans.
Just more chat plays.
Ian flanking here. I don't think there's any way the enemy touches here. It's Ian watching the flank, making sure the bashing comes
Very
in.
good nade.
First point count for Baja.
Yeah.
Clean, quick, didn't lose a fight. Take it.
We've been seeing like pretty good play from Baja.
I mean, if Baja had a comp, it would have a Bastion in it. That's all I can say.
I don't know if we've had a stream where a Bastion hadn't been played at least once.
I would be surprised, especially with current meta.
Yeah.
But even if Bastion wasn't in meta, I think Ian would find a way to pull it out.
Bastion, just even when not in the current meta, Bastion still finds his way into it.
And I like the Sigma variation here from Baja. Sigma is a character that, unlike Ryan, has a lot more range in the fight, so taking him on one of these maps where you're just going to be farther from your opponent, in general, is just a lot better here.
Yeah.
So they're just looking to kind of poke the enemy out and then brawl into them. The enemy team rolling out with a Queen here, meaning they want to use the speed boost that Lucio gives and then the speed boost from Xiao to kind of close the distance on Baja here. But if they angle properly and maybe look for a rock on their Queen, it's going to be really hard for the enemy here. Wall out early. Already trading the BAP. With BAP advantage here, this fight's basically over.
That's a huge amount of overhealth with Zulz.
Unfortunately, Ian falling. It's possible to lose here. They can just play slow and slowly chunk them out.
I'm interested to see the tempo differences between the comps, because with the Junker Queen, that does kind of, I call it rushdown comp because it's half brawl, half speed. So it's definitely a strong thing to play into.
Yeah, I mean, personally from Baja, I'd love to see Baja, once they get that bat pick, once they've kind of stabilized a little bit, just full pushing into that team before they can kind of like get slowly poked down by the enemy, which realistically they're not into a super heavy poke comp either. Like the Bastion does a lot of spam, like a lot of poke, don't get me wrong, but it's in like short bursts, and the enemy team is probably going to be cycling their Bastion form with like Shout or with speed boost, and then once that's out, like Baja just has so much time and space to spam and poke. I think, especially with Baja still running the Mei, they can also look to just hard split their Queen. Because then you hard split the Queen, you hit a rock, you form, there's almost nothing Queen can do in that situation.
Yeah.
As far as ults coming online here, though, we do have the Mail in terms of Baja. They can probably just look to anchor point a little bit here and Mail for a touch. I'd love to see a wall from Nate, splitting the Queen. Perfect there from Nate. They trade the Bastions out as well. Good rock. Maybe deciding that they don't need the Mail for this fight. No, they're pushing past onto the BAP, getting a lamp out, clearing the BAP. Braille does come out from the opponents, but luckily Ian using the Bastion ult to clean that up. That is 2 ults invested from Baja.
Yeah.
I think 2, we're fine with 2.
Yeah.
But
because Zulz is online too.
we're fine with 2, but I'd love to see them save Bastion ult Flux there. Because I think they win that with just that Mail, especially after starting up a pick on the Bastion. Might have been like a little bit of an overall, but in the end, it's not too much of a worry. They do have to care window here. They can fight with a better window than the other team, though. And a big first pick means that no BAP, that this should be go. This should be go. Good, good. Walking in. Lucio low. I love that from Baja. Eat on the Bastion, big, massive. Really clean fight from them. They get that first pick, they recognize they have the advantage, and they just walk in. Very, very clean. And no ults used either, which means they're already building. Ian's already 60 back on that Bastion ult. They're half again on Mei. And while the enemy team's coming up on 4 ults, they're not building. You know, they used Soj that last fight the same time Baja did, but they're only at 15%.
And Railgun is, you know, really good focal just because it builds up so quickly.
I'd love to see Baja start a fight here, possibly with Flux. But another pick for me, and they can just walk. They just have full space. They have a big window. They have the advantage. They have the space. They force their lamp. They can just walk in with their lamp. All they have to really care here is Queen ult, but honestly, with Eat there, just forcing all that space, not letting their form get any value, they can just walk. They can kill Queen, and they're just, it's such a clean fight. You love to see those first picks when they're rotating in, especially that's like what this comp excels at, because they have that Sig, they have that poke. And so it's just getting that first pick and then closing that distance with your Bastion.
And Sigma within that doorway, that's also good group damage.
Yeah, you get a ton of splash damage. And now, like, BAJA, 2 fights later, already back on Veil, already back on Bastion ult. Enemy team starting here with Bastion. They do force Lamp on that. We have to carry a fast Queen ult into BAJA here. They don't have a lot to answer for it other than beat. But with the Mail back, honestly, they might lose Ian this fight, but I think it's still winnable. Well, Ian barely managing to live. Dies last second, but honestly, BAJA just has 5 ults. It's looking over. Zul's with a nice little 3K. Love to see that. And BAJA taking first map.
That was clean.
It was clean. It was quick. Can't complain.
Now, what I'm curious to know is who the other team is.
I would love to know their names.
Could we broadcast? Could we get a little
Names
glimpse of that?
like bio, social security number, credit
Yeah, I
card
would like their
information.
social security number.
Yeah.
Crusaders. For the Crusaders!
Like Reinhardt.
Like Reinhardt?
Yeah.
My goat? My beloved? Yes. That's the team.
Don't know where they live. Or social or school.
Google, show me where they live.
Google,
Google, give me their IP address.
Google, give me their exact location.
Let me dox them real quick.
I wouldn't advise that.
I'm going to Sniper Wolf their team, bro.
Do not SS Sniper Wolf the team.
I hope I don't get struck for that. Does she? I don't remember. Does she stream on Twitch? Will she
Couldn't
see
tell
this?
you.
She won't see it. We are Champlain College.
We're just we live outside of that bubble.
True.
Yeah.
We're bigger than Sniper Wolf.
We're worth more. Just like morally.
Exactly.
From a moral standpoint, we have more worth. Love that from us.
Exactly. No Twitch channel does more than Champlain.
Mm-hmm. Well,
we pay our mods.
Do we have any? How many mods? We have mods.
Broadcasters are mods.
We pay our mods.
We pay our mods. Yeah.
We got 2 mods in the other room moderating.
We love our mods.
Well, let's see.
Yes.
I'm not seeing any communication in the match chat about the next map they're playing. They are just
they're talking about
They're talking about anything that is not Overwatch.
They're talking about Halloween costumes, in which Yoichi was apparently a unicorn last year.
Like that from him.
Benjamin was Refia?
Who?
Refios? I don't know. Sounds like a Final Fantasy character.
Or Refio? Is that an I?
I don't know.
My vision might be going.
No, honestly, I can't see either. But seems like Final Fantasy character to me. I was trying to be Yajirobe from Dragon Ball, but I couldn't get my stuff from Amazon fast enough.
So unlucky.
Yeah, I love Yajirobe. Bro's the bean dealer.
Oh, is Refios might be a player.
Oh.
Which could still be named after a Final Fantasy character. The jury's still out on that.
True. I think next Halloween, because I've fallen into the FGC rabbit hole again, I might just go as Bob from Tekken.
Next Halloween we go as Tom and Jerry.
Real.
You have to be Tom.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay. I'm Jerry pilled.
Real.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm
seeing a Numbani pick from BAJA.
Numbani?
Does that mean it's Japeth time? Japeth season, as some would say.
Japeth
Ayari time.
Mr. President, get down.
There's an SS Sniper Wolf on the roof. I should stop talking, even though I'm kind of supposed to be talking here.
Nah, I think we're cooking.
I think we are cooking here. I would love to see them get into map. Nothing would make me happier.
Numbani more like poop. Take that back. Take that back.
They cannot hear you. No one in that room can hear you.
I know they can't. I'm putting it in the ether.
NECC, do you hear this? No one in that room can hear us. We are 2 rooms away from them. Please whitelist our stream. Please. Please. We don't need to ask our opponents every week. We have a great setup with a facility where everything is fair and great. Please whitelist us. Clip this and send it to Caroline Shaw. I don't think she works at NACC anymore, but oh, what's his name? Mitch. Send it to
Mitch?
Mitch. Let Mitch know. We could be whitelisted here at Champlain College. It would be great.
What better place to get whitelisted than Champlain College?
I can't think of one.
Exactly.
They
Okay.
oh
go
we
to Kings
banned
Row?
Numbani.
Oh, we banned. Okay.
They have pick. We won.
Okay.
I just played a match and I forgot how it worked. That's rough.
All
Yeah,
right,
so we're going to Kings.
Kings Row.
We could see no swaps. It might not be Japan's season.
Last time I saw a game on Kings Row on on Baja side, it's a complete and utter roll.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they're sending them to Kings when they are just not winning the Bastion mirror.
Yeah.
They just didn't win it, and they tried twice. But we're going in.
I think our Bastion play, just in terms of just Champlain gaming, is pretty strong.
Yeah, he is a good hero.
Mm-hmm.
Or does Bastion have Bastion's a robot? We should go with they. They're a good hero. It's a good hero.
Well,
even?
Torbjorn refers to him as he.
Do Omnics deserve rights?
Yes.
Yes.
In the lore, they supposedly deserve rights.
Then yes. Then we here at Champlain College support Omnic rights.
We do support Omnic rights.
So does that mean could Bastion have a gender then?
He does.
Is it
Torbjorn refers to him as he.
Oh.
Yeah. It's confirmed. It's lore. It's lore, baby.
There's gotta be like a
broadcast.
There's gotta be like a Champlain gender studies class I can take on Omnic.
Omnic studies?
Yeah, like an Omnic gender studies that I can take just to better inform myself.
New class at CCM, Omnic studies, Overwatch lore test.
We go to the Maker Lab. You can build your own Omnic. There has to be
my
there's some moral complications there. Like, are we God if we create an Omnic that has rights and is sentient?
Well, because that's the
does that
crazy
make us
thing.
God?
In Overwatch lore, they found sentience themselves through the iris. So
Oh,
what
that's
if we
true.
get our own iris?
Yeah, it's called ChatGPT, and it's the worst iris that's ever lived. Okay, we are heading into map though, and it's
right
looking,
off the bat.
It's looking Bastion-y. It's looking brawly.
Ooh.
Doing a little rotation here as well, taking top. I don't necessarily think it's necessary, especially when they don't have a Mei. But I like the gumption.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they catch. Oh, we're a little swapped here. I thought we were the other team. We are not the Crusaders.
Yeah.
I am so confused.
We are blue.
We are blue. And now we're in spawn.
Let's go knee.
He's
Let's
walking,
go knee.
punching, punch one, punch two,
Yep.
and we're back. Champlain just stabilizing here. We are on defense. Will catching a little bit of poke. Oh, and Will dropping here is looking not great for Champlain. Maybe a first team cap. Maybe, I spoke too soon. They're gods of poke. They're gods of the poke rush. Gods just cleaning up on the Sigma.
Do you think we should switch in this? Or do you think we should just ride it out for the Crusaders?
I mean, we're back on the Champlain side of things.
Yeah.
But
they're just pushing up hard.
maybe the problem is we have the power here. We willed them to win when we were spectating them. And now that we're spectating in Champlain again, we're going to bring this point back.
Can we weaponize
Look, two kills. Bobo already in the fight. What kind of power do we have? We have the reverse caster
We do have
curse.
the commentator's curse.
But it's working in opposite.
I guess this time, yeah.
It's a window fight from
hello
Champlain.
out of Bobo.
Yeah, he's whipping to us.
Little bit of good manners.
A little Bastion flank up here, maybe with the window, or maybe their whole team's gonna go top. We're still waiting on some spawning. It might just be a main fight here with a little bit of a window push. I'd love to see a fast window push wall to Sig, maybe. You do have to contend with the enemy window. We saw lots of fights in the blue match recently where there were just two windows on the field at once. Oh, it's looking like Crusaders are trading out these fights really fast.
Yeah.
I mean, you just want to see Baja going into that fight with a plan. It really didn't look like they knew what they wanted to do, which is kind of rough. And then the enemy team ults first, and honestly at this point, if you're ulting first and you know what you want to do, you're probably going to roll over the other team with these comps. Will, it doesn't look like they're going to kill Will, so they have probably, it's a lot of time to deal with on third. We're looking at ults here, we still have the window on the side of Baja. Maybe looking to push the corner fast with it, but you have to care Flux, you have to care Rail. Mason's not quite on beat yet. Maybe just poking a bit here with Window, hoping to build Mail, doesn't walking through their team. I like the Window. They take the space on the corner with it. I like to see Zulz walk up here, take the space. That's good. Yeah, now it's just about waiting. Seeing if we can get Nate close, see if we can get Nate a Blizzard. Because if not, it's Flux time. And it's really sad unless Mason... Oh, Mason getting some good charge though. Getting close on beat.
We do have Banana getting ult very quickly, but
Yeah.
Banana dies there.
There it dies. Nice. Really good Blizzard from Baja. Cleaning up.
Can we get a pick
Killing
on
for
that
beat as
Lucio?
well.
No, too fast.
Let's see.
Lucio just has too much movement.
Yeah, they're still playing into this Flux here. They do have beat for it, but you do worry about them fluxing you, beating you, railing you. Maybe they're getting Window online. There's not a lot you can do necessarily with just beat here. Maybe possibly saving Lamp, Flux, and beating after. They do get their form, or they get their Ice Block forced. They're forming defensively as well. Ian using his ult, maybe clear some space, get Sojourn off high. And there's the Window, picking off Nate early. No Mei on the field now for Baja. Zul's taking space past their Window. Also, it's looking like a slow fight from Baja, and they're not getting Flux out either. Ian trading one back through Window. Love to see that. Zulz will have Flux. Oh, this is going to be a really tough fight. You might just have to beat on the point. Oh, Blue already did this. You can't do it too. Oh. Maybe possible.
That was unfortunate.
Charlie Niner.
Yeah. I think it was just that switch from Rhine to Sigma just slowed them down quite a bit. I think they would have probably been up on the ult speed game.
I mean, it was just a lot of indecision from Baja. Just unfortunate, but it didn't look like they were able to find their rhythm on that map. They probably were expecting, like we were expecting, for them to just kind of steamroll them on defense, and then they kind of lost that fight. Maybe got a little worried, little off tempo, not really sure what to do, and then it's just fight after fight. Go snowball.
Because at one point in the corridor, the Banana ulted and just caught. I think it was Zulz pushing forward, just like right in the ult as they ulted Cart. Because the tracking that you were talking about for ult
and
tracking.
the great words of former Overwatch player Moonblue with slightly censored vocabulary. It's freaking snowball. It's snowball. It's a freaking strat. We lose because they get ult before us. It's a freaking snowball. I'll let you decide what those words could have been.
We're seeing okay. We're seeing a Widow on attack here.
They're just going for a little pick.
Yeah, it's not uncommon, but
we're going for a pick. I like to see Naked. Naked's one here. Bad news.
Is that an immediate switch?
Yep. Oh, we are feeling a little spammy here though. More of a Soj Bastion angle. No Maze on the field for either team. Let's see Nate kind of get onto a little off angle here. Figure it out. While Bastion rotates top, we can maybe see him take space from main. Losing Dusk there is really rough.
Yeah.
You really wonder if they're speccing into this comp. Like, there's an argument to be made that having Japethan just for the ability to switch to maybe that Iari if they're feeling it, or maybe even just to run like some kind of double flex support with Dusk there might be some merit in having that. It's a little bit rough just because knowing Mason's hero pool from working and talking with the team is like, it's mostly, we're talking Lucio, we're talking Lifeweaver, and we're really good at those two heroes. But it's more of a specialist pick, so it does make kind of these situations where we're not quite sure what to do, maybe a little rough.
I do think from what I've seen out of Japeth, the specialist pick wouldn't be too out of place. Just due to his chemistry on the team.
So we're building up towards Window on the side of Baja. No real ults on the field here. They seem to get kind of a clean fight. Figure out what angles they're taking. Maybe walk their team main, have Nate take an angle top right. Picking the BAP is massive though. Zul's coming in with a fast 2 kills. Love to see that. Mason booping the stick back into the fight as well. Lucio and Hotel can die. Unfortunately, Nate drops, but we should still see Baja. Mason with a great kill onto the Lucio.
That also is a Lucio stagger.
Yeah. Ooh, that could be a different Lucio stagger. We're good.
We're good.
We're chill.
Lucio-ish movement. Love to see it.
A little bit of a slower cap from Baja than Crusaders came out with here, but Good boop off point. Can they get that cap? Oh, we are seeing a recontest come in here. Baja should be able to clean it up with Ian's positioning, though. Oh, railback killing Mason. Zulz trades it back. Nice kill from Ian there. Baja's still up 2 in this fight. They just need to help Zulz maybe trade onto the Sig, trade onto this BAP. And yeah, they should be fine with the cap here. Killing the BAP as well. Time is a worry here with Crusaders having 3 minutes and 46 seconds in the bank. They just need to get moving, kind of figure this out. They are playing, you know, you could argue a little bit of a slower comp, but it's really all about just timing that pinch. So they want Ian walking in main with their form when Nate's sliding in on an angle with a rail ready to hit the BAP in the back or shoot their Bastion in the back. Like, it's all about just getting that damage and getting that timing down. But I'd expect the Baja probably to start with Bastional here. Maybe a Flux Bastional, maybe just Bastional to start the fight, force their lamp, and then look for a free Flux.
And that's if Banana doesn't do it first.
We are pretty mirrored in ults here. I'd love to see Baja ult first. They've kind of been missing this map in my opinion. And there's the ult out from Ian. Zulz hits a good rock, maybe forcing a little bit of space. Ian forces lamp. Zulz has a free Flux. Zulz has a free Flux. I'd love to see a fast Flux here from Zulz. Taking this time here, Mason does have beat for their Flux, but Baja's just giving a lot of space here when they could have been fighting fast. Close call there. They don't have lamp, but they do get beat out now. Good rock there. Ian cleaning up on the high ground. Love to see that rotation.
That was good beat forceage.
Both teams getting forced out of beat. Baja clutches it out. Like I said, like more decisiveness is always good, but you know, at the end of the day, they got out what they wanted to get out, and Ian came up with a really good positioning on the high ground and picked up 4. Love to see that. Now we got a window on line for Champlain. Neutral fight from the enemy team, no ult, so you know, probably just looking to fight fast with this window, just completely waste the SIG resources from the enemy, and then just looking to push into the fight with the damage you have. Zulz is falling a bit low, gets Eat force. Enemy uses Eat as well though. They're about even on shield as well. Nate has full rail. You can probably just combo rail window onto a one-shot body here. I like to see Sig low, nice. Really good 2 pick up from Baja. You have Bastion close in form. You can kind of walk on this. Zulz probably calling. Nice. Yeah, it's really good stabilization there. Zulz probably calling that he doesn't have a Eater, that he's low on shield, and that he needs to wait. They wait, get form out, push in with the rail. Really good play. And now it's just back on Bobo with the Bastion. Baja can't beat the time, but they can get pretty darn close. Bastion top left. Zulz just playing the card, getting it in, getting it in. They get form out from the enemy team. Possible to push back in here with their own form. Maybe even Ian dropping from top right. Nade out from the enemy team. They have swapped onto Ana. And you will have speed advantage, although the enemy team doesn't really need to take too much advantage of speed since they are backs against a wall. Big Eat from Zulz. Unfortunately gets rocked, doesn't get any of the benefit of the overshield.
We're seeing a lot of trades.
A lot of trades, a lot of poke. Unfortunately, Mason falling. And it's just about getting those angles. Like, you want to just kind of slowly force the enemy team into a non-ideal position. I probably expect Ian to stay this high ground here as long as he can. Or even lamping Ian to keep him up. Picking that Soj is great. Love that. And a lot of pressure onto the enemy Sig. No nade as well. Nate will be coming up on rail about the same time that their enemy Soj is back with rail. Nate picking the BAP is massive. Ian probably looking to drop here onto the back line. He has his launcher in 2. Let's go back onto Ian and see maybe he's going in here. No, he's just...
I guess Trico routes there.
They do get Trico with the Flux, but I think Baja has enough to just clean up.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so excited. I thought we were going to get an Ian grenade launch into the back line. But, you know, playing it safe is probably smarter. And, you know, time difference could be worse. It's not... I mean, it's a minute and 29 difference, but it's not... At least, you know...
That's winnable, though.
Yeah, it's winnable. I mean, so we're putting Baja here on the attack first. And... Our production is promising to spectate the correct side this round, which is kind of smart.
Honestly, it's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to know what they're thinking. We get a little insight into the enemy's head. But yeah, expecting pretty similar comps here. Yeah, Baja, just on offense, with having less time, they will be starting on offense again. And really, that just means that they have to just do what they did. But again, you know, they got tripped up a little bit on first, but I think they kind of realized the angles they need to take, what they need to do. So hopefully they can kind of win this neutral fight without ults and figure out just angles and timing. Big things. And it's Boboxel Bastion time.
We're seeing, yeah, same comps.
Same comps. No changes, just a mirror. Make sure our mirror is better.
And we're off. Let's see how we handle this choke here.
Let's get production to hop us back into the map as well. Otherwise, they'll be very sad. And there we go. We are back in. Is BAJA probably just looking to take point here? I almost would have loved them to force point. They are wrapping around left with Zool's maybe just anchoring here. Zool's just anchor. Good eat from him. Has a lot of shield. Could use that to just anchor a point. Big damage onto the Lucio. He could just be touching right now. Unfortunately, Nate falls. Now, BAJA had a pretty hard disadvantage in terms of angles and poke. Yeah, I would just love to see a little bit more point pressure from BAJA there. That rock just went through that Sigma. Not sure how that happened. But, BAJA can stabilize here. It is only Nate dead, and Nate wants to be on the angle anyway, so they can look to push back in. Nate's getting some good damage onto the Sig. Big rock from Zool's. Forces eat from the enemy Sigma. Nate trading onto that, forcing Lamp as well. BAJA should be able to clean this up here with BAP falling as well. It's looking like a sure thing on a really good first point cap. And honestly, at the end of the day, with the time bank they had, getting a first point cap is massive. Because you can hold this enemy team for a good amount of time on first. Especially because I think they were caught off guard on their first defense, if I remember correctly. So now they kind of know what they're playing into. It could be a whole new game for BAJA on their defense.
I also just saw more confidence there because Zool's completely blocked up that first sight line when the entire team was there, and kind of stayed on point, kind of being that last bash in there.
Ooh, Lamp doesn't get forced for BAJA. Enemy team windowing first. We need to see BAJA trade back with a window, and they have time. They just need to. But I don't think Nate can afford to die on point here. I don't think they'll have time for his spawn. Oh, it's going to be close. Mason's going to have to be touch for the team. I'd expect the enemy team to just anchor on point here. Mason should be able to drop on from high. Oh, big rock does get the touch.
Okay.
Nate's coming back on the Tracer.
Tracer is...
Unfortunately, the Bastion ult picking up Ian. Jules does have a good flux on point, but I think with just him being alive, along with Nate, they might not be able to get much out of it. And now the flux from the enemy team is unfortunately going to end the push here for BAJA unless a miracle happens. Mason trying to cause that miracle, but unfortunately...
Dusk switching Kiriko just to try to TP in there. Nah,
undoable. But you got past first.
Yes.
And first is holdable.
Yeah.
Again, they kind of get caught in a little bit of that. What do we want to do? We want to go first, and you kind of see them just get caught out by the window there, and you're like... At least I'm wondering. I'm watching them I'm wondering, did they talk about what they want to do next? Or maybe they just weren't aware that the enemy was that close. Because you can get caught in situations like that for sure, where you're like, oh my god, they actually are going to fight here. And then you're like, oh no.
Yeah,
we're getting windowed.
Trapped behind that corner. Yeah. And he was very close to window there.
Yeah, I mean, King's Row, especially that third or that corner there, you want to get past that choke, getting stuck in that choke is bad. Or at least it feels bad. There's ways to get out of it for sure. I mean, an old blue strat that used to happen on that map when we were stuck in that choke was we would send our Rhine May, everyone main, and then we would send, in this case, it was Cass meta before Bastion was really hard buffed, but we would send our window and our Cass far right. And so as we pushed in, we would window behind them and then just pinch and clean up.
Yeah.
Because I think, honestly, with their window, with the way they could have taken the fight, it's just a little unfortunate the way they got caught, but... Like I said, I think they were a little bit lost or a little bit confused on their defense. Maybe were just not ready for the enemy team to come out with such aggression and good coordination after on first map they were looking a little rough. So I'm thinking with BAJA here completely ready for it, we should be looking good. We do have Bobo on the soldier. Maybe just looking for a lot of poke. They're going hotel. It's probably just Poke City. I expect Ian to almost even flip map here, or maybe it's Nate that will flip map. But you just want two angles on them, and now your Bastion doesn't have to be with your Soj because he's a soldier now. So now you can have
really good
three angles. Your Sig's in main, Mason's harassing from one side. It's another situation where you could make an argument that maybe you'd want to have an Ayara here, but honestly, Lucio's not bad, especially for boops on these high ground. It's just kind of clear.
And with the damage that that Bobo is putting out on soldier, that also kind of
Ooh, really nice
gives
shot
you
from
the
Nate.
poke that Yari would have given anyway.
Yeah, lots of angles. It's going to be very, very tough for the Crusaders here to rotate in. It takes a lot of discipline to kind of just pick an angle and go, or to take the space properly so that you have all your lanes controlled before you like drop the point. Especially running the bashing comp here with the Lucio, a lot of it is just about picking somewhere and going. Their bashing's pushing through Hotel early. Maybe a full team rotation through Hotel, although they're kind of all over the place. Zool's unfortunately getting not killed. Ian picking up a really good kill there. I think we had a lamp come in from Will there to save Zool's. Ian taking a lot of damage onto their Sojourn from the top, maybe looking to clean up. Then we have a rail coming in from Nate. Ian picking up another one. And, you know,
Gravitic Flux.
yeah, Zools does have Flux this fight. It was a really good fight, especially from Will that fight. Just keeping Zools up, keeping them in it.
We have 3 ults on the board.
Yeah, we love 3 ults on the board. Not as big.
Actually, almost 4. Trico Relts is at 76.
Yeah. And honestly, we are seeing a Winston.
Interesting.
I hope my eyes aren't deceiving me, and that is a that's a scientist
monkey
on the enemy team. I
Scientist Gorilla
has Guts maybe gotten slightly tilted, or do they think the Winston Bash and Lucio Bap is a good comp? Because I don't see how Winston plays with this comp.
I don't.
But maybe I just haven't understood it yet. He's just rotating with the team.
Maybe I don't understand.
He's like a big Reinhardt, or a normal-sized Reinhardt, but a primate. They're keeping their Winston up, to be fair, but I guess they're just using him to jump up and bubble high while the team pushes in. I do like the Genji with the Winston a little bit more, but
guaranteed damage.
there's just no great range sustain for them. Like, you have the BAP healing, but you'd think if you're running on a Winston, you'd rather have like essentially an Ana to just be able to heal him consistently. But
yeah,
BAJA just, you know, doing what they have to do, holding angles a high on point and making the Winston just impossible for him to like live or jump one target without another target just shooting him in the back.
We're seeing Yoichi turning and switching to Genji there.
Yeah, and we are. And then the Winston life's over. We're back on Ryan.
Just Ghost Ryan, yeah.
Maybe we see a fast May swap from them, or maybe we're sticking with the Genji. But honestly, BAJA in position to go up 2-0 here. We've
got 9 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you would think. Originally, this beat was being saved for Flux, but with all the tank swaps, Mason's able to just use it to stabilize his team and live out the window. They kill the Ryan, and there's honestly nothing the Crusaders can do here.
That's a win.
It's just the ults are there for BAJA, the mechanics are there, they're hitting their shots, the Lucio's dead, and that's just a 2-0 quick for BAJA. Honestly, I respect the Winston.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
He had an idea, he executed it. I can only respect
I don't know if he executed it.
Well, I don't know if he executed it well.
Baboxel play.
Oh, true.
On the high ground. In the form. Flux up. Oh, through the beat. 2K. Make it 3. We got 4 on the Lucio. Do I hear 4?
Nice.
Do I hear 4? Maybe on the 6? Well, I'm calling that 4.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of kill steal. We're calling that 4.
Yeah. Interesting game, to say the least.
Super interesting, because we saw, like, pretty good play from Crusaders. Especially starting out on that Kings Road, just like taking it to BAJA on like a more pokey version of that Bastion comp, taking in the Soj for the May and kind of just poking them out and not letting BAJA rotate. But then once BAJA figured out what they were doing and they just mirrored the comp back, then it was curtains.
It was Jover.
It was so Jover. BAJA was so Barack.
Huh?
They were Barack.
You're right. You're right.
I am right. It's all so clear now.
It's also clear to me now.
That was my Trump card.
Cut it. Cut
the stream.
Yeah. Right now we're not seeing like any chats from either team. I think they're just. They might still be celebrating a little bit.
They're doing like they hold hands in a circle around the PCs and they just run in circles until they get tired and then they have to get down and play the next map.
The Crusaders are also having a little moment of silence.
Yeah, they do the same thing except it's just way sadder.
Yeah,
like when they get tired, they're like really sad, but they still hold hands and run in circles. It's just it's how you play. It just
looks more like a seance than a celebration.
Yeah, they're just trying to summon from somewhere a map win.
They're just trying to summon a win.
They need a win right now. Otherwise, BAJA could look to close it out here.
It looks like we're gonna see.
I'm seeing a Servasa, which is a choice, but there are only two choices because there's only two,
and one of them is just not a choice.
Well, over on Blue, we actually kind of like New Junk City.
I heard that. I heard that before.
Only because there's just a little bit more range than Servasa, so you can kind of just make the Sig comp work like a little bit more. Servasa is just a better design map. Don't get me wrong. New Junk City is just it's a little goofy. Aaron Keller is getting a little silly. He's placing things in different places. Actually, he's not allowed to design. He doesn't even design maps, but someone was getting
we
silly.
We still like to blame him though.
Yeah. No, we love Aaron. I met him in Toronto. Nice guy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Well, like briefly. Like I said, like hey, like I feel like I don't even think I ran into him in the venue. I ran into him in like a Starbucks. And I was like, oh my god, you're Aaron Keller from the Overwatch team. That's crazy.
That's pretty sick though.
Yeah. We're not seeing a lot of Japath.
Japath?
It's Japath season.
Mr. President.
And may I also add Doom Mirror?
Wait.
I'm seeing a Doom.
Doom Mirror?
Could we request a Doom Mirror? Could we get broadcast to request a Doom Mirror? Could we through our fingers, through our like virtual fingers that control the broadcast department, ask for a Doom Mirror? Yeah, and then we hit. I'm liking the lack of spacebar. And now type out my spacebar broke without hitting space once.
we get a smiley face from Gus.
We got a smiley face. Do we get a smiley face from Monotone?
Monotone, come on, man.
Reciprocate.
Come on.
It's up to.
Why is it up to him?
Maybe that's their comp decider. Because I feel like Guts was on tank, right?
Yeah, he was. Guts from Burke.
Ew. Lol. Oh.
Immediately, your opinion doesn't matter, Mr. Benjamin.
Yeah.
Your opinion is null and void.
Bay and Yaman.
Doom Mirror, what's next? Lifeweaver Mirror.
No, it's never. It's never the time. There's no reason to play that character.
Why does Guts agree to that?
I don't know. We're just feeling. My God. We're feeling peddly. Why is there like a Lifeweaver voice line that's like, "Put your pedal to the metal"?
Does that not exist?
I don't think so. It should.
Oh my god. New voice line.
Yeah.
Why doesn't has Blizzard done like competitions where they're like, oh yeah, make up a new voice line for us?
I don't think so. They haven't had like a managing department above them in a while, but now they're owned by Microsoft.
Right. And
so maybe.
Yeah, the news has been like, oh, this would be really great, but there's like literally no proof that like it would actually do anything to Overwatch.
Yeah, but like the people were onboarded.
Right. I mean
in an email.
Yeah, something I was talking to
company-wide email. That was like, hey.
Yeah. Something I was talking about with my friend. He and I think that Microsoft was more into the Blizzard acquisition for the mobile games that they have.
Oh, I'm sure. Like Candy Crush is a gold mine.
It's not Blizzard.
Yeah, it is.
It's not. I don't think it is.
But Activision owns Candy Crush. I'm pretty sure.
Do they? Nah. Because I'm thinking more like Hearthstone, games like that.
Who owns Candy?
This is a very important question.
Activision owns Candy Crush.
On God?
Yeah, on God.
Oh, shit.
Think about the money.
My fault. Cut it.
You mean, oh, heck.
Oh, heck.
Or dag nabbit, even.
Yes.
Yes.
Dadgum, as Mater said.
Mater. Voiced by Larry the Cable Guy.
Said, dude, they changed the entire movie script to give more Mater.
Yeah.
And it was the best decision in cinema.
You know what they say? Mater. I hardly know her.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
I could have gone the whole day without that one.
You could have, but you didn't.
But I didn't.
We're on Servasa. We're seeing some heroes.
Oh, we're seeing Ilari out of Japan.
Right now there's the Bobo Soldier.
Oh.
But like he could just be on Bash.
We're seeing a
I mean, this is a comp. This is a good comp. I like it better when Bobo XXL is on the Bastion with this comp.
We're seeing Poke v Rushdown.
Poke v what is that comp? Poke v why?
I call that Rushdown.
We're back in lobby. Really bad news.
They had to run
They
that
were
back.
they didn't like the fact that the timer was 3 seconds from starting the map and that we were excited to cast, and they decided to send us back to lobby.
Real.
Nim Yamin is letting us know that they have spent $300 or $130 on skins. Please let him use his daggum skin.
I will not.
I think skins are off in NECC.
Japeth
asking possibly the stupidest question I've ever heard. What skin is $130?
Moira.
He said skins. He said skins, not one skin.
Yeah, but the Moira skin is about that much.
It's not.
It's not. It's like 50. Like the
That's
entire pack
50.
is like 50. It's a highly
But like for
expensive
just
pack.
but you can buy the skin individually.
It's still very expensive.
It can't be more than like $20.
It is.
I guarantee it's $20, maybe 25.
Yet another thing.
Oh, are you excited for the Le Seraphim Perfect Night crossover Overwatch 2 music video that's dropping tonight, Jonah?
That's dropping tonight
at midnight.
Oh,
are you excited?
I was excited because the skins looked interesting.
Are you a big Fear Not?
Nah.
No,
I'm not into K-pop at all.
But it's Le Seraphim.
I didn't know who they were.
That's so messed up. Yoonjin, if you're watching this stream, you're great.
Who?
She's in Le Seraphim.
Oh.
She went to.
I don't
Speaking
know.
of the team that we just played, she went to high school in like Schenectady or something. Like
I've heard of Schenectady once, and
because she's American. She's an American Korean. And so she went to college, like, I think it was Schenectady. Oh, it's like near Albany, near Troy, which is like where the last team was from.
Yeah.
I'm just filling airtime. We're waiting for.
I think we're
I actually don't know what we're waiting for.
We're all retiring early.
Oh, our broadcast wants to go home. They just don't care about the third map.
Honestly,
that's rough.
It's real, for
real. Average esports.
Are we seeing some agreement here?
We're scrolling up. We saw lots of 07s. What were the 07s for? Now Yarrow has owner of the game, which is really scary because Yarrow has pause bound to P. So if he types any word that has P in it, the game will pause.
Is that real?
That is real. It's happened. I've seen it happen in their scrims a lot.
Reset to default now.
I've told them this. Nothing has changed.
Can we just play Winston volleyball?
Oh my! I would smoke this entire lobby in Winston volleyball.
I would love to see.
I go Echo and I'm crazy. I'm dunking on him like bop 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 bop.
But it's Winton volleyball. It should just be Winton.
It's all the heroes, or it's like most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're entering game. The sillies are out.
We're on the same map that we just entered into. That's crazy.
Well, because I think
surely they'll play this time.
Yeah.
I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah.
Our production's doing some things. Oh my god! Wait, do they need me to go in there and fix the tank health? Is that the problem they're having? I could fix this for them. You have to go in and you have to set it to tank passive on all the time.
Is that a problem in customs?
Yeah. Can we go to a? Are they still having a problem, or they figure it out? Let's see.
No, we're
ready. Junker Queen has the right amount of health.
Okay.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, we're balling. We're balling there.
Yarrow figured it out. We love that from Yarrow.
I'm loving this fly through.
Oh, you know what I'm not loving is the comp this enemy team is on. That looks like no fun.
No, that is just full on rush down. No.
For our viewers at home, they are on Junker Queen, Sombra, Tracer, Lucio, Kiriko. Which I'm okay with everything except for the Sombra. Gross, awful character. Remember, if you play Sombra, you don't have friends in real life.
What?
It's true.
We're trying to be inclusive here.
Unless you play Sombra. In that case, we are not inclusive.
Hey, they reworked Sombra to be more inclusive in team fights.
Yeah, she is inclusive to just like also being a throw pick when she's on my team in ranked now. But maybe the enemy team can make it work. We do have Bobo XXL on the soldier fighting. I'm a little worried when he's fighting from the same angle as everyone else on his team, but we're getting some Japeth cam. I love some Japeth cam. Oh, that was a really bad time to switch to those two players. Our production just got a 2K. They swapped to Ian dead, swapped to Will dead. You just hate to see it. We are getting some Japeth cam. Just ignoring his state completely, just going for damage. I love that. That's alpha.
That is. Honestly,
tough fight there. You really, I mean, I think they're going soldier just because Ian feels that he spams more, but like, Bastion's like pretty important to this. This is a comp that I personally gave Baja, and I was like, this comp is good, but I gave them a Bastion instead of a soldier. And I feel like Bastion just guarantees that frontline pressure onto the Junker Queen so that she can't just walk at your team for free and kill you.
Yeah.
Like, you have a lot of damage on this comp, but you don't have that like burst unless you have that Bastion, or if you're like really, really coordinated. Like, it's technically possible, but I just want to see Baja taking, you know, more angles, looking for more picks. I'm not sure if I've ever actually seen them run this comp into a Queen before. Queen does make this comp a little rough, because if you can live on Queen and you can rush in, you are able to probably just isolate like a 5-on-1 and just kill someone because of how split Baja's comp has to play. But, you know, Josh on the Kiriko just locking down this flank. Rush in from the Crusaders, keeping Zul's alive. Unfortunately, Nate does fall. And, you know, just another fight from Baja that just doesn't seem like they know how or where they're setting up their angles.
Yeah.
And a lot of ults online here from Crusaders now. It's kind of just like pick your poison of what you want to go kill the enemy team with. I expect to see a Queen ult coming out. Hell, I mean, Baja has no ults. They could even beat at them.
Yeah.
Like, we have a Yari ult from Japath, but that ult's fake. It's like, it's good in very specific scenarios, I guess. But, like, if you're playing like a team that's like coordinated and looking at each other, like, it can get shielded by the SIG. It can be eaten by the SIG. If it does hit you, you can lamp it. Or you can, like, turn around and run away. Like, its impact damage is on a lot, and once you're like marked, you know you're marked. So, oh, unfortunately though, Bobo just getting knifed in. Japath having to back a little bit here. Does get the Lucio low. If he had collected that stop, Lucio probably would have died. Unfortunately, Will gets picked as well. And, you know, they're just getting rushed before they can really take their angles, or they just don't have angles on when they get rushed. It's a little bit rough. We could see some swaps from Baja here if they're just not feeling this comp, but
yeah, we're getting 5 ults on deck. Just unable to put down a single one yet.
Just about stabilizing now. Maybe surely Baja's not calling for a swap with 5 ults.
Well, we got a Lucio swap, so
I don't love that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any reason to swap off when you have window. I don't even think you need speed to rotate into this point. You can just, like, something that a lot of teams like fail to realize is, like, if you're having trouble rotating in, it is completely, like, always okay to, like, use an ult to take the space. We do see a big visor though from Bobo. Maybe they need to get maybe someone to force point here. Maybe Will can get in on that Lucio to point, but I think they're even in this fight right now. Monotone coming back. Japath rotating to point. Going back to help for Will, but I think we just need to rotate. It's gonna be a full 5v5 on point again. With like a very low healing comp for Monotone. It might just be time for a fast Flux ER ult maybe. It's the last fight here. Monotone hacked out a Flux. Beat from the side of Crusaders. Japath's just looking to trade this back. Gets a big ult onto Lucio. Finding
huge.
2.
That's
finding
huge.
3. My goat. And dead to the Somber, but we take the 2 there. We take the 2. You know?
Fair trade.
They all looked good. Now, do we see Japath swapping onto the BAP here, possibly?
Maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised, even though the Yariel got so much value. The Kiriko, Akiri Lucio, maybe we see Monotone making their way onto the Doom slowly, or maybe we're staying on the SIG. Not sure. I mean, not a lot of ults into this fight, but we're pretty even on both sides except for the rush on the side of the Crusaders. Nate getting a lot of damage in on this flank though. No 2P from the enemy team. They're probably just going to look to play the range close with Monotone. Nate going for a flank here. Knows he has full rail, but unfortunately cannot keep the charge. Ian finding a really good pick onto the Tracer. And Monotone shaking his camera around. Look at that up and down movement. Unfortunately, Ian does get found out on the flank, and they rush in and kill Dusk as well. Japath TPing out of the fight, but it's going to be rough here, especially with the enemy team just having that rush to close the distance.
Yeah. And the hack
Monotone
there.
falling as well. But, you know, signs of life from Baja. It was looking pretty rough there. They made it all the way up to 85%. Now it's just about figuring out what heroes they want to play. Doomfist, Genji, Soldier. We're going. We're diving.
Dive.
I don't know about this. I mean, honestly, Ian could go back to spawn and play Tracer, or he can just stay Soldier and hard angle. It's just, it could be a not fun time for him if the enemy team identifies him as a static target, and just like rushes him.
Yeah.
He does have the legs, obviously. We love legs. You can run away, but it's still, you know, you get that knife in you, you get pulled back. It's not fun. Monotone on the signature Doom pick. Looking to build charge punch here. Unfortunately, the block ending right at the end of the pulse bomb, so that just a sticky out, hack onto Japeth. Japeth getting 2 shots onto the Sombra, but it's just not enough. And first cap over on the side of Crusaders. Ian trading back with the visor here. Does find the Tracer. Nate also looking for a kill onto the Lucio. Dusk trading out onto the Queen as well. We're back to a 3v3 of sorts. It's just a little split out here. Nate dashing back to his team is good there. Hopefully Japeth will have a TP into point soon in order to keep his team up. We do have that TP in from Japeth. Ian with the hero visor, picking up 2, then picking up a 3rd. Good turn back there from Bobo XXL and the rest of Baja. Lots of we're afraid.
Yeah.
We're afraid of the rush or the what's the Queen ult called? I'm losing it. Carnage?
Carnage, I think, is her axe. I keep messing it up too.
Rampage?
Rampage.
There we go. We're here. I play this game a lot, sadly. Japeth TPing out, living the fight. A really good pickup from Nate. Monotone just kind of holding down the front line, slamming, punching, cycling. Beat in from Will after their.
That's a lot of overhealth.
It's a lot, yeah. The Doom is just made of green HP right now. Unfortunately hacked up, but with their Sombra in the fight, having to translocate out, they can chase that kill, and they're off the map.
Yeah.
Big boop in there from Will.
They missed it.
Yeah, sometimes it all goes wrong.
Honestly, I think it was the rework. They didn't know the arc.
Only beat out there from Baja is what's used, but unfortunately that does mean we will have to rely on a cleanse here to live that Queen ult. Either that or some really creative kiting. Fast blade in here from Nate, maybe looking to force the beat from the Crusaders. They do find the Kiriko before beat. Unfortunately, Nate falling, but Dusk doing a pretty good job here of living on point.
Monotone.
Rush out from Japeth. Sombra 1. Oh, really good pickup from Dusk. Oh, gonna need to amp speed. Doesn't get it. Japeth finding a pick onto the Tracer, though. Or pick. They're in the middle of the fight. Finding an elimination onto the Tracer might be a better word to choose. And no ults there from Crusaders. None used. They're at 5 now.
It's
a choice.
Tough here.
Maybe they're just. I mean, if I'm them, you can end it there with 5 ults. I don't understand necessarily the thought process on saving, but maybe they just weren't expecting to lose some of the people early that they did, and they decided to just kind of hold off for next point.
It will make getting Fountain here just.
I mean, yeah, they can commit to a pretty hard first point win here. Like, it's gonna be hard for Baja to really do anything unless they're kiting really, really smartly. Monotone dodging the Queen ult with the slam.
Actually.
Unfortunately, the EMP does hit, but they can potentially trade onto the Queen here. The pulse bomb out. So we're looking at
really
3 ults.
Good play here.
Monotone still picking up 1, getting healed up by Japeth still somehow. Slamming, gets all the overhealth again.
Oh my God.
Has Doom ult. No translocator from the Sombra. Getting the shot onto the charge punch onto the Queen. Queen low even. Looking for slam here. Maybe gets Tracer off the map.
Nice.
Looking for Sombra. Sombra 1. Sombra 1 can die. Queen can die. Monotone gets 3.
Oh my God.
What is he doing?
He's popping off. I think it's because.
So that was 3 ults for the enemy team. Luckily, we had 1 guy with a big fist.
Wow.
You love to see that. And I mean, shout out to Japeth and Will for keeping Monotone up for a lot of that fight as well before they were picked off. But crazy fight there for Monotone on the Doom.
You can hear them popping.
Maybe this is why they didn't take the Doom mirror. They're terrified. I mean, I'd be terrified. Maybe a little beat for the visor, but we can see a rush back in for the enemy team. We're beating that. Love that. Living. And honestly, not a lot of ults here for Champlain Baja, but with the rush back in from Japeth, they can maybe look to turn this. Sombra no translocator. Ian scouting. Josh is off the map. That's
interesting.
Unlucky.
Get that kill in the summer. Good.
Luckily, Ian picking one up. They will not have a lot of heals on the side of Baja here, but we've already proven that Monotone doesn't need heals. No slamming of the Kiriko. On the back line. Gets the cleanse out. Gets the punch. 1.
Nice.
Forces the kill. Can go back into point here. We'll have the Doom ult as well to cycle. Monotone wants to fight. I don't know why his team is backing up. He can do anything.
Monotone wants
Doom ult out. Queen 1.
Crazy.
Ian picking up the big kill onto the Queen. They'll have the Kiriko back for the fight as well. And the enemy team just looks lost on what to do against Monotone. He just keeps getting
He
overhealth.
popped off. He popped off, and it's
Another
terrifying
big
for
punch
them.
on the Lucio. Tracer off a
Tracer
point.
doesn't know. I'm hoping we keep this
That's
momentum
2-2.
up.
We can end the series right here with a little bit of Doom gameplay. Yeah, I mean, I'd say another big ult advantage for the Crusaders, but what if Monotone decides that he just wants more kills?
And Knee is up for Blade, and Bobo's more than halfway up to.
Yeah, I just worry about not having a lot of defensive resource for both EMP or EMP's not quite up yet, but especially for Queen ult. Not having beat for that is a little rough, but as long as Japath gets that cleanse timing down. Ian just taking a lot of space on the... Oh, almost killing the Tracer. Gets Pulse out. Nate is online with Blade as well.
There goes Blade.
There goes Blade. We're picking up the Kiri. Lucio can die. Oh, that punch was a little unlucky. I feel like that went through the Lucio's hitbox. Unfortunately, we do lose Nate and we don't get the flip, but picking up the Queen, BAJA should be able to clean this one up. Booping off the point. Just Sombra has EMP. I don't think she'll look to use it here. Yeah, falling quickly. Now it's just a Lucio. Yeah, BAJA with a good little setup here. I was going to get a couple stragglers, but they're looking solid. I mean, especially with the success, the enemy team does not look like they have an answer for the Doom right now.
Yeah, Tracer is just kind of ratting around the point.
Yeah, because like, I mean, we were expecting other people, but I was like secretly watching Monotone's health bar in that fight. It did not drop. Like, it's almost like they've just given up on trying to kill him at this point. I was expecting their Sombra to be focusing him way harder with hacks after he literally killed their entire team, but he's on the Sombra. It doesn't matter. The Sombra's not focusing him with hacks.
Yeah, wow,
he's focusing the Sombra. Getting a lot of shield there. Nate picking up one onto the Sombra after Monotone forces that Translocator. Big pick from Josh on the side. You know, good cleanse in, saving Nate, helping with the trade onto the Lucio, and you know, BAJA are rolling here in terms of. I mean,
I think Monotone just gave them that huge morale boost.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking on the previous maps about like BAJA not going first with things. Now we've seen kind of the opposite, where Crusaders have these ults and have just not been able to go first because there's a Doom in their face, there's a Genji in their face, there's a Kiriko flanking headshotting you. Like, what are they supposed to do? They just kind of need to make a decision, maybe look for a fast EMP onto the Doom. But honestly, even with the Mei swap, I don't see them having a big answer for Monotone here. The really good beat back in by Will, just kind of keeping that tempo up for his team. Japath with the Kiriko rush out as well. Unfortunately, the enemy team just doesn't touch. They just forgot the point was a thing. And Champlain BAJA taking the win 3-0 with a little bit of a unconventional map 3 there, but honestly, Monotone kind of going wacky on the Doom Fist.
We get to see it again.
We do. Big punch, Tracer off the map, Sombra low.
2.
Headshots onto the Queen, Invis punch onto the Sombra, insane game recognition. Maybe we'll pretend we didn't see her like unstealth for a second there. It was a prediction punch. But yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to say. Nice dominant 3-0 from Champlain BAJA. At least one of our two teams can win.
Yeah. Honestly, really fun game to watch too. Because we don't normally see Doomfist in higher level at all. So it was a fun thing to watch. I don't think we have an interview.
We could find one.
We could find one.
Yeah, I say let's throw to a break real quick, and I will pull someone in here and talk to them. No matter what, I will find us someone. So we'll see you, Beaver Nation, on the other side of the break. But yeah, goodbye now. What is up, Champ Esports Nation? I have gone out into the wild and caught a wild Boboxel. Ian,
Hello.
we got the win.
We did 3-0, as per usual.
How happy are we about the win?
Very happy. That was an incredibly tough win against our favorite team, actually. Yeah, we have a lot of lore behind the scenes with that team. I went to middle school with their DPS player, and yeah, they're a very fun team to go against. Very good one as well. That was a tough win.
And how was Banana's wife?
Oh my goodness, so real. Yeah, he was pretty good. He was pretty good. His wife is good. The kids are good.
That's good.
Yeah, he's
Let's see it.
missing me though. He's missing me. He
Yeah.
says it's not the same.
Family of 4, but no Boboxel. What are you going to do?
I know.
So I want to jump right in and talk about Lijiang first. Honestly, of all the maps, that one looked the most decisive. What do you think really pushed you guys to just kind of fire on all cylinders on that map?
Absolutely. Yeah, Lijiang was our, it's our go-to. Every time we get the little contest point or whatever, we always go Lijiang. It's kind of our bread and butter. We know how to win. We know exactly where to play and how to win it. We know, oh, hey, we go, when it's outside Lijiang, we're like, oh, we go bridge when we have to, have space or whatever. When we play Sigma, oh, we go inside when we are trying to brawl really close. And we know exactly how to win and how to get those picks on rotation, as you saw happen every time against, when we were holding the main point, we got a pick on every single rotation, and it just shut them entirely down. And we know how to do that because we practiced it so many times.
Yeah, we love to see it. And it was super clean on Lijiang. We saw for sure, especially on Gardens, I believe, when they were making that rotation through white, and they were just losing one every time. And I was sitting here casting, I was like, they got one, push, 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 and then I just see you guys beeline towards white, especially after their BAP died, and just clean up the rest of them, which is great. And then moving on to Kings Row, I think Crusaders kind of threw a little wrench into the old engine there for a bit, kind of running on this more spam comp, kind of trying to figure out maybe a different way to kind of get at you guys, because you guys were so dominant and just like the straight up like Bastion brawl. You guys did end up pulling it back out there, or what kind of was the adjustment in map to kind of figure out how to take that?
Absolutely. Yeah, it was very hard. Bananas, my bro, my guy, he stepped it up absolutely, and they played it very well with the Sojourn. That was the big thing. The big difference was we had a Mei and they had a Sojourn. We have a Mei it's like trying to brawl, but they have a Sojourn that takes off angles and does a lot of damage. So we had to be creative, right? We obviously had to swap back to the Sig Sojourn, right, and try and mirror them, and that was that proved a lot more effective. But we had to play creative. I had to take these crazy, wacky, silly off angles, right, on Bastion to find some crazy picks or whatever, as you're able to see. And then we went back to the old bread and butter, me on Soldier on the Tie Ground, just like Nationals, just like last semester. We did what works. I was like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. What was going through your head when you looked down at the main choke and you saw Winston?
I knew that they were just gonna jump on me. I knew that their only primary target was to get that Soldier, get him off. And I was like, I gotta play my life. If I live, we win. If I live, we win. I just kept repeating that in my mind.
The one life fight with like the Winston Bap Lucio comp, I was like, what are they doing?
Right? No, they wanted me so bad, but they didn't change up like around their comp before that. Like I wanted I would have did like an Ana, or whatever, but they wanted me bad. They wanted me bad.
And then moving into that last map, everything went all over the place. There was a Doomfist in play. Monotone was going crazy. What was that map like comms wise?
Ooh, comms wise, that was pretty rough. It was us. We were pretty defeated, right? It was 0-2, and we were like, I kept repeating, I'm like, we have to swap it up. It is not working. If they're killing me on Soldier, we're not gonna win on Bastion. We have to play a mirror to them or better than them, right? And we know Monotone. He is good at 2 tanks, and he is very good at those 2 tanks. He is Junker Queen and especially Doomfist, right? I was like, dude, comfort pick. We're just going to comfort picks, right? Let's do that. I know we win. I know we're better. Let's just do comfort picks, right? And then I had because he was on Doomfist and he's a very high, like mechanically skilled, and you need to, you gotta be focused on Doom. It's hard to get a lot of like IGLing in, which is what tanks usually do. So I had to pick that up as IGL, right? Call targets, call ults, call like her positioning and stuff like that. And it worked. We went from 0-2 to a reverse sweep, and I was very happy.
So on that one fight, the point where you guys were down 0-2, what was the fight called, that fight when you had no ults and Monotone was just slamming and punching?
Oh my gosh.
I need to know what was going on in voice.
And he's amazing. So you just kind of let him be, and we win, right? So it was my job was just to stay alive, right, and pump out damage. That's all I had to do. The Kiri was helping the Lucio was helping the Kiri, and then Nate was on the off angle with Sojourn, I believe. And it's just We all play our own life. That's it. We all play our own life besides the Kiri healing the Doomfist occasionally in the Sojourn, right? It's all just play your own life. And what happened is we lost our supports. We lost Nate. It was me and Monotone on the point. And I was like, I believe in him. I see him at half HP. He's ulting, right? When we're one down, no healers, right? He's ulting. I'm like, we win this. I absolutely knew we win this, right? So I played myself, make sure I stayed alive, right? And Monotone just did Monotone things. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, we'll love to see it. Yeah, so solid 3-0 from Baja. I believe. Are you guys still undefeated in NECC?
We're
Or
not.
no?
We lost one.
Lost one.
Yeah, we went 1-2.
We take it. We're 2-1 now, or 3-1. That's week 4.
Yeah. We're making it. I
No,
know we
surely
can
it's week 4. Because we're 2-2.
Oh,
We've
then
lost
be-
twice now.
Well, then maybe it's 3-1.
You should
for
be
us.
3-1,
We've only,
I
yeah,
think.
we only lost once, and it was so close. Yeah.
Mhm.
We could beat that team.
Yeah.
It's a team that we lose in the main season, and then we beat them in finals and stuff like that.
That's our plan as well.
There you go. There you go. SNHU, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And now also RPI.
Gotcha. It's all right.
Hey, we got one win today, and that's what matters.
So true.
We got anything else to say to the Champlain community? Any shout outs? Any last words?
Shout out to my roommate for almost burning my apartment down by boiling pasta too long. What a G.
My goat.
Not much. Yeah. I like this match. This was awesome. We got to face our favorite team, our boys, my boy Banana. Oh my goodness. We love them. They played very well today. It's very good players that force you to be better, right? And when Banana played very good on Bastion, I had to be creative on Bastion and make up new things, and it worked, right? What is it? Like the saying is, under pressure creates diamonds or whatever, So it was fun. A really good team. Very good games.
You know what another saying is?
What's another saying?
Have a good night, everyone. We're going to end the stream here. See you tomorrow. Because I believe we are streaming CSGO and Rocket League. I think so. It sounds right.
I believe it.
Tune back in. Follow the stream. Follow the Twitter. Follow the Instagram. Follow Ian on Twitter. Do whatever you want. But have a good night.
Good night, everyone.